How's everybody doing? This is Justin Simpers with another edition of How to Get in Touch with Your Star Player. Now, your star player is you, and I'm going to focus today on why I consider having a solid foundation is the most important thing when it comes to sales. Sales relationships are built on human relations. Without having a solid foundation, those human relations are not going to be as effectively communicated. It's just a fact. It's a fact. And so, people often, ask, what I do, why am I successful at what I do? And the reality of it is I am constantly working on my foundation and having a solid foundation to springboard off of. It really is that. I don't have all the answers. I am not the guy that has everything fixed. Everything is constantly in works with me. You can ask the people that are closest to me and they'll tell you firsthand, I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. But, if you think about this, if you're fighting with your spouse or you're fighting with somebody that you love, it negatively impacts you. And in a human relation business such as sales, when you're dealing with human relations and your human relations that you have at home are not intact or in line, you're going to have problems in sales. It's just a fact. There might be a small percentage where it does not affect that individual, and great. Perfect. But in all aspects of our life, it will affect what we do on a day-to-day. If you're going to go in front of the mirror and give yourself a daily affirmation about how, loved you are and how good you are at what you do or whatever it is you're affirmating, then that's fine, great, and dandy. But what's really going on? What's really going on? When you're looking at things that you might be powerless over, it's not just sales related. It's going deeper. It's going deeper. So I'll give you an example. If you have relationships that need mending or need a voice or you need to say something, is it key to have that solved, or is it the key to your foundation starting that conversation and having a voice and giving an opinion and moving forward? Really, it's the latter. You don't need to solve anything. You don't. I'll relate it to, sobriety. Now, becoming sober is an act of not using. That's a very defined act. But the reason why I was using in the first place needs to be addressed. Otherwise, the chances are I'm going to use again. Such as if you are failing in your sales, if you were up and now you're down, or you're down and you've never been up, let's look at the foundation first. Maybe you have a solid foundation. Maybe you just need to read some sales books. Maybe you don't have a problem with not letting things affect you. Maybe you have a perfect relationship with everybody in your life that you love. Maybe all those things are in line. Then great, just pick up a sales book. But to pick up a sales book and not be working on yourself and having that solid foundation is doing yourself a complete disservice. It's like having the talent of an Olympic athlete or a professional athlete. It's like having that talent level. Let's just say, to make everybody laugh, I'm as good as LeBron James when it comes to my talent and ability and speed. But I never practice. I will never make it. If I don't hone in on that skill and drive down on it and have the foundation below the skill level that's going to promote me to the top, I'm never going to make it. Never. It's just it's funny, I've heard this, but I can be a race car driver. I've heard people actually say this, right? I could do that. I could be a race car driver. How many race cars have you had? Have you ever been in a race? And do you know what it's like to go around the track at 180 miles an hour? Probably not. Right? Like, that's really insanity, but have the foundation to build your career off of. That's what my whole thing is. That is what it is for me. You need to be solid enough to not let everything affect you and to let things bounce off and be truthful in that. Mean it, and your sales career will take off after you do the research. But you have to have that foundation. Anyway, thanks guys. Share my videos. Have a nice day.